You're about to climb behind the wheel of a machine that weighs up to 80,000 pounds. That's a massive responsibility, and it requires your full attention and utmost care. That's like driving around 20 elephants. Imagine the sheer force and power you're controlling. It's not just about getting from point A to point B, it's about doing so safely and efficiently. No pressure, right? But seriously, folks, driving an 18-wheeler is a huge responsibility. Every decision you make on the road can have significant consequences, not just for you, but for everyone around you. It all starts with a proper pre-trip inspection. This is your first line of defense against potential issues that could arise during your journey. Think of it like this. You wouldn't jump out of a plane without checking your parachute, would you? The same principle applies here. Ensuring your truck is in top condition before hitting the road is crucial. Same goes for your rig. Every component, every part, needs to be thoroughly checked and verified. This isn't just a routine, it's a life-saving measure. A thorough inspection can mean the difference between a smooth haul and a roadside disaster. It's about preventing problems before they start. We're not talking about just kicking the tires here. We're talking about a detailed, systematic check of every aspect of your vehicle. We're talking about a systematic check of your entire rig, from bumper to taillights and everything in between. This includes checking the brakes, lights, tires, and all connections. This might seem like a pain, but trust me, it's way better to find a problem in the yard than on the open road. Discovering an issue while you're still in a controlled environment can save you a lot of trouble and potential danger later on. So let's dive in and make sure you're ready to roll, safe and sound. Remember, safety isn't just a priority, it's a way of life. Every time you get behind the wheel, you're making a commitment to yourself and everyone else on the road to drive responsibly and safely. Before you even lay a finger on that rig, let's gather up a few essentials. These tools are your first line of defense against unexpected breakdowns and delays. No need for fancy gadgets here, just some basic tools to help you get the job done right. Think of them as your trusty companions on the road. Gloves to protect those hands from grease, grime, and sharp edges. A good pair of gloves can save you from cuts and bruises, making your work safer and more efficient. A flashlight, because sometimes those dark corners hide important clues. Whether it's a loose wire or a hidden leak, a flashlight can illuminate problems you might otherwise miss. A tire gauge, don't rely on eyeballing it. Get an accurate pressure reading. Proper tire pressure is crucial for safety and fuel efficiency, so make sure your tires are always in top shape. A lug wrench, just in case you need to tighten a loose lug nut. Loose lug nuts can lead to serious accidents, so always double-check them before hitting the road. A mirror for seeing those hard-to-reach spots under the chassis. This tool can help you spot leaks, rust, or other issues that are not immediately visible. And chalk or a marker useful for marking any issues you find. This way you can easily keep track of what needs fixing and ensure nothing gets overlooked. Remember, these are just the basics. You might need additional tools depending on your specific rig and cargo. Always be prepared for the unexpected, and your journey will be much smoother. Alright, let's start by giving your rig a good walk around. This is a crucial step to ensure your vehicle is in top condition before hitting the road. This is your chance to spot any obvious damage or potential problems. Take your time and be thorough. Look at every part of your truck, from the front bumper to the rear. Tires. We're looking for proper inflation, tread wear, and any cuts, bulges, or objects stuck in the treads. Tires are critical for safety and efficiency, so don't rush this part. Use your tire gauge to check the pressure and compare it to the recommended PSI for your truck. Properly inflated tires can prevent blowouts and improve fuel efficiency. Lights, test all your lights, including headlights, taillights, brake lights, turn signals, and clearance lights. Functioning lights are essential for visibility and communication with other drivers. Don't forget to check your hazard lights too. These are vital in emergencies or when you need to alert other drivers to a problem. Mirrors. Make sure your mirrors are clean, undamaged, and properly adjusted for optimal visibility. Clean mirrors can make a huge difference in what you see on the road. Remember, you need to see what's behind you and in your blind spots. Adjust your mirrors to cover as much area as possible. General condition. As you're walking around, keep an eye out for anything out of place. This includes checking for any unusual sounds or smells that could indicate a problem. Look for leaks, loose parts, cracks, or any signs of damage. Pay special attention to the undercarriage and engine area, as these are common spots for issues to arise. A thorough inspection now can save you from bigger problems down the road. Now that you've given the exterior a once-over, let's climb up into the cab and see what's what. Dashboard. As soon as you turn the key to the on position, pay close attention to your dashboard. Make sure all the warning lights illuminate briefly and then go off. Gauges. Check your fuel gauge, oil pressure gauge, and temperature gauge. Make sure they're all reading within the normal range. Safety equipment. Inspect your seatbelt, horn, fire extinguisher, and emergency triangles. Make sure everything is in working order and easily accessible. Controls. Test your wipers, lights, signals, and any other controls to make sure they're functioning correctly. Section 5. Under the Hood Engine Essentials. Time to pop the hood and get a little greasy. Don't worry, we're not rebuilding the engine here, just checking the basics. Oil level, locate the dipstick, wipe it clean, reinsert it, and then pull it out again to check the oil level. Add oil if needed. Coolant level. Check the coolant level in the overflow tank. If it's low, add more coolant. Belts and hoses. Inspect all belts and hoses for cracks, fraying, or looseness. Replace any worn or damaged parts. Leaks. Look for any signs of leaks around the engine, transmission, and radiator. Address any leaks immediately. Section 6. Stopping power. Inspecting your brakes. Your brakes are your best friend out on the road, so let's make sure they're in tip-top shape. Air pressure. Check the air pressure in your brake system using the air gauge on your dashboard. Make sure it's within the recommended range. Brake lines. Inspect all brake lines for leaks, cracks, or damage. Pay close attention to connections and fittings. Slack adjusters. Check the slack adjusters on your brake drums. They should move freely and have the proper amount of play. Parking brake. Test your parking brake to make sure it engages and holds the truck securely. Section 7. The tail end. Trailer talk. Now let's move to the back and take a look at the trailer. Connection. Make sure the trailer is properly connected to the tractor. Check the kingpin, locking mechanism, and safety chains. Lights. Just like you did with the tractor, test all the lights on the trailer, including brake lights, turn signals, and clearance lights. Brakes. Check the trailer brakes by performing a brake test with the tractor. The trailer brakes should engage smoothly and evenly. Landing gear. Inspect the landing gear for damage or wear. Make sure the crank operates smoothly and the legs extend and retract properly. Section 8. Cargo check. Hauling it right. This is where things get specific to your load. But no matter what you're hauling, safety is always the top priority. Make sure your cargo is properly secured to prevent shifting or spilling during transport. Use the right type and number of tie-downs for the weight and size of your load. Ensure your cargo is evenly distributed to prevent overloading one axle or side of the trailer. If your cargo requires a tarp or cover, make sure it's properly secured and in good condition. Be aware of any special considerations for your specific cargo, such as hazardous materials regulations or temperature-sensitive goods. Section 9. Documentation and reporting. Covering your tracks. You're almost ready to roll. But before you do, there's one more crucial step: documentation. Fill out a pre-trip inspection report, noting any defects you found and whether they were repaired or require further attention. Make sure your driver's logbook is up to date and accurately reflects your hours of service. If you discover any serious defects that prevent you from operating the vehicle safely, report them to your dispatcher or fleet manager immediately. Remember, these documents are not just paperwork. They're essential for ensuring accountability, tracking maintenance, and complying with regulations. Section 10. Post-trip inspection, tying up loose ends. You made it, you safely delivered your cargo. But before you clock out, there's one final task: the post-trip inspection. Just like with the pre-trip inspection, give your rig a quick walk around, looking for any new damage or issues that may have arisen during the trip. Pay close attention to the ground under the truck and trailer, looking for any signs of leaks. Engage the parking brake, turn off the engine, and remove the keys. Secure any valuable cargo or equipment. If you notice any problems during your post-trip inspection, report them immediately so they can be addressed before your next haul. Section 11. Conclusion: an ounce of prevention. Driving an 18-wheeler is a demanding job, and safety should always be your #1 priority. By conducting thorough pre-trip, en route, and post-trip inspections, you're not just protecting yourself, you're protecting everyone on the road with you. Remember, a few minutes spent inspecting your rig can save you hours of downtime and potential headaches down the road. So be proactive, be thorough, and stay safe out there.